Indonesia is the fourth largest country in the world, with a population of 250 million people. 60% of these Indonesians are under the age of 30. Indonesia also has one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia even long before the country became independent. In addition of becoming the center of the government, Jakarta also became the center of the economic in this country. So it's not a taboo anymore if the knowledge of economics is a thing that must be mastered by the citizens of Jakarta. Knowledge of basic economics can be in the form of science for supply and demand. Why can it be like that? Because both activities are the basic of economics. The easiest place for us to meet supply and demand is in the market. The market consists of two types of groups, the seller and buyer, and each groups have different motivations. For instance, it can be said that the buyer wants the benefit most from a product, while the seller wants most of the profit out of product. Both of these desires can be described with the supply and demand curve. The demand curve describes the motivation of the buyers who want to get the most benefit from the product. When the price of goods are less expensive, the demand will rise, vice versa. Because of that, the curve of demand is called the negative curve. While the curve of supply shows the motivation of sellers who want to get the profit as much as the size of the product. So when the price of goods rise, the seller will provide more and vice versa. Because of that, the curve supply is called the positive curve. Therefore, the satisfaction of the motivation of both parties created a merger of two curves to get a point equilibrium. And if the supply is more than a certain amount of demand, there is said to be a surplus of goods. Whereas if the demand is greater than the supply, then it is said to be a shortage of goods. And if supply more than a certain amount of demand, then a surplus good. Whereas if the demand is greater than the supply, then said to be a shortage goods. The next stage, we need to realize that the conditions of supply and demands will always change, even the same price. This is called the shift of demand and the shift of supply. On the shift of demand, at the same price there can be an increase or decrease in demand. Some of the factors that influence the shift on the demand curve are price of complementary goods, price of substitute goods, income which changes people's purchasing power of both normal goods and inferior goods, preference, number of buyers in the market, expectation of the future price. While on the shift of supply, at the same price there can be a decrease or raise on offer. Some of the factors that influence the shift on the supply curve are a change in the price of an input, a change in technology, weather practice such as agricultural commodities and outdoor entertainment, number of sellers in the market, expectation of future price change. Once we know all these things, question that might rise is, can we measure the benefits received by consumer and manufacturer from the equilibrium curve? And the answer is yes. In a section, it is regarded as consumer surplus. In a section, it is regarded as producer surplus. And the combination of both is referred as economic surplus. So, this is the end of our video. Hopefully this video can provide more the progress of this country. Thanks.